So you're the executor of an estate, and one of the heirs wants to buy the estate out, but they have no money. So what do? Stick around and find out. Hey, this is Bill Eaves, associate broker and probate expert with RE/MAX in Bensalem and licensed agent with RE/MAX at the Shore. Very often in a property estate sale, one of the heirs will want to buy out the others. The only problem is sometimes they just don't have the money. So what are the steps? First, let's assume that everybody's in agreement that person A will buy out persons B, C, D, however many there are. So the first thing you have to consider is what's in the will. What are the portions? Are they equal? Are they not equal? Does the will allow for one person to buy out the others? Let's assume there is a will. If not, the person died intestate, then it's up to the executor to do what's best for the estate. But if there is a will and it's divided equally, well, then you have to say if everybody's in agreement. If they're not, you have to go to a master or a judge and have what's called a partition agreement. The judge or master will see if the property can be divided equally. So let's say you have 15 acres and you have 3 kids. Well, each kid can get 5 acres. But if it's a single family house, it's not so easily dividable. Then what will happen is, if it's the best thing for the estate, the master or the judge will force a sale. But that's a whole other video for a whole other day. So how do you buy out an estate if you don't have any cash? Well, you can use what's called a gift of equity. But all FHA, Fannie Mae, and Freddie Mac allow for you to get a mortgage that allows a gift of equity. So simply put, how it works, let's say that there's 3 siblings. Let's say it's to keep the number simple, $300,000 house. So the person who wants to buy it out basically needs $200,000 to buy the other ones out. Now I know there's closing costs and equitable division and things like that, but let's just keep it simple for now. So person A, who wants to buy the place, would go get a mortgage for $200,000, but they don't have closing costs, transfer tax, things like that. Is there inheritance tax? Is it going to be more than $200,000? You get into a situation where you need a good lender and you need a good attorney to help you figure these things out. We do them all the time, both with estates, divorces, things like that, just people buying their parents out when their parents want to retire and move to another state. So what the gift of equity does is it literally gifts the equity instead of gifting cash to the person buying to cover their closing costs, assuming that they can get a mortgage. Mortgages are done in percentages. You either got 3% down, 5% down, 10%, 20%, et cetera, et cetera. That down payment can come from a gift of equity. As I said, they're a little complicated until you see your first one, then they become a little simple. So if you need help with one of those, feel free to reach out. I know a couple really good lenders and attorneys would be happy to help you get everything structured and get that done. So if you want to buy an estate house, don't give up. If you want to sell it to one of your siblings, don't give up. Inquire about a gift of equity. Thanks again for watching.